On to Japan now. It is preparing for a mega quake. The country is on alert. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, in fact, has cancelled his visit abroad. Kishida was supposed to travel to Central Asia, to Kazakhstan's capital Astana to be specific, but that trip has now been shelved because the country's Met agency has issued its first ever warning of a mega quake. First things first, what are mega quakes? What kind of a disaster is Japan staring at? Have Japanese scientists been able to predict the time and place of the mega quake? We will get to all of that, but let's just start off with what the authorities really are saying. Here's the alert issued by the Japan Met Department. It reads, and I'm quoting here, "The likelihood of a new major earthquake is higher than normal," quote unquote. Like I mentioned, this is the first ever warning about a possible mega quake around the Nankai Trough. What is the Nankai Trough? It is an 800-kilometer long trench. This is on the floor of the Pacific where two tectonic plates meet. The trough runs from Shizuoka in the west of Tokyo to the southern tip of Kyushu. There have been 8 or 9 magnitude quakes in the Nankai Trough every 100 to 200 years. In fact, these earthquakes in the trough have triggered giant tsunamis. The last mega quake along the Nankai Trough was in the year 1946. On the 21st of December that year, an 8.4 magnitude quake struck Japan. Why has Japan issued a mega quake alert 78 years later? The trigger was a 7.1 magnitude earthquake. It struck Japan on the 8th of August and off the coast of Kyushu. This prompted Japan's Met agency to issue an alert. Why? Because the earthquake was at the boundary of the plate. And what's more, mega quakes often occur in pairs. So experts believe that Thursday's quake was a foreshock, that something more dangerous could be on the horizon. What happens next? An expert committee meets, evaluates the situation, and if needed, updates the alert level. Currently, the alert level is on the lower side. This alert is expected to be in place for a week. And here's the thing. The alert does not guarantee that there will surely be a mega quake within a specific time frame. What it does is alerts the authorities and the residents. Mega quakes happen once in 100 to 200 years. But when they do happen, that cannot be predicted. Japan does have automated warning systems where the country has warned that a quake could occur within seconds. Previously, Japanese authorities believed that there was a 70% chance of a mega quake hitting Japan within the next 30 years. This number is now being revised. What happens when history repeats itself? Experts say that if a mega quake strikes Nankai Trough, then tremors will widely be felt. Areas in Kanto region would feel the tremors, as will places in Kyushu. And what's more, the mega quake could lead to tsunami waves hitting the Pacific coast. From Okinawa to Kanto, the entire coast could be under danger. Let me just once again read out for you what Japan's Met agency's mega quake alert says. I'm quoting, "If a major earthquake were to occur in the future, strong shaking and large tsunamis would be generated," quote unquote. Experts say a mega quake in this region can threaten 300,000 lives. It could lead to financial losses worth $13 trillion. So is Japan really prepared for a mega quake is the question. You see, earthquakes are not uncommon in Japan. This is one of the world's most seismically active countries after all. The country sits atop 4 major tectonic plates. Every year, there are at least 1,500 earthquakes in Japan. 1,500. And like we mentioned, earthquakes are not rare in Japan, but mega quakes are, and they can be devastating. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.